Want to say every time a new episode comes up for this show, it just gets better and better and better. Like I said, when going into this new season or, the second arc of the third season, it truly is an outstanding, performance, outstanding episodes, and I am really happy about it. What's up, everyone? My name is Ranger Flame, and welcome everyone to Shokugeki no Soma Season 4, Episode 7, or Season 3, Episode 19, whatever you want to call it. Today, we get the Declaration of War. The battle begins, but before I get into that spot, before, actual the title in this episode of what it's about here today, I want to go right off the bat. So, we knew from last episode that a lot of the members, or almost every single member that were part of the Rebel Alliance, have got expelled. The third stage was them battling each of the Elite 10 members, and we knew so far that Arena, she just kind of did like a third test, just like it was for Stage 1 and Stage 2. Soma defeated Hayama, he finally got his revenge on him, but Hayama got expelled. And then we didn't know about Aladini or Megumi and what they were going up against. And I want to talk about Arena's character in this because it really focused a lot on her, character this episode. It was really just her and Soma, or maybe just, a lot of people, but Arena had a lot of experiences. And the start of this episode when, she had a big change. In her life, she was always, kind of thinking about herself, being, a good chef, and knowing everyone around her that she has the God Ton. And this is the first time in her life that she made friends and actually found a good family that really likes her for who she is. And she developed this kind of bond to help everyone else get past these stages that, of course, Central was going to rig. And for, she wanted just to help the rebels move on. She cares for each single individual that's going for these stages, but the bad news was now she feels responsible that they have got expelled. It's a little bit of a heartbreak in this episode for her because, she tried her best, as a cook, as the God Ton, to help each individual that are part of the rebels pass and hopefully become second years. That was her goal, for them to get past Central, become second years at Tutsuki, and for them just to be happy chefs and for them to keep doing that. But Arena, just feels sad and, frightened and scared that that dream has completely shattered. I want to talk about Megumi and Aladini. So for my last review, I thought it was like a 50-50 thing so far. We had no idea if they survived here or not, if it was just going to be Soma and Arena left alone. But in this, we actually see that Aladini and Megumi passed the test. Really the simple test that they got for Stage 3 was to make a good dish for Rindo, which is the second seed, Tutsuki, and their challenge was for her just to love the dish. That really was their challenge, was for them to make a simple dish, whatever it is. I think it was just fish, which Aladini showed to Rindo, and she said yum, and they passed the test. So now it's confirmed that Megumi and Aladini have passed. So it's the 4 group, which we've seen it, I guess in the openings or in the endings, it's them 4. But I thought that maybe they would have failed just because they are going up against the second seat. But no, it is confirmed that there are only 4 members of the Rebel Alliance left, and kind of the only thing that they have to do is go to the stages, go to the final exam, and kind of think of a plan to get the rest of the rebels back in here and for them not to be expelled. Someone comes up with this idea, which I really liked and enjoyed because it throws back to the first half of Season 3, which is for them to get back the students, for them not to be expelled and to get back into Tutsuki. Why don't they just go and take the Elite 10 spots, which is pretty cool, but they don't have enough seats to do it just because, they need 6 seats. It is an Elite 10. They know that, Arena is the 10th seat. She has a spot already, but if Aladini, Megumi, and Soma need to get into it, that means that they have to go up against an Elite 10 member and to take their seat, but they only have 4 spots. They need 6 because, at the start, what I talked about of, the second or the first half of Season 3 right here, it was 6 spots for them to change Tutsuki and for Izumi to, rule over Tutsuki, for him to control and for Central to be what Tutsuki is right now. So they thought if they could have 6 seats or to overrule the Elite 10, they could change Tutsuki and for it to go back to its original way. A big part that we get in for today's episode, which I really like, correct, is the Team Shokugeki battle, which I am pretty happy about this, and it changes the dynamic of Food Wars here again. We also get Saiba, which is Soma's father in this episode, which we know that Izumi is, obsessed with Soma's father. He wants him to be his cook, ever since, he went with his wife and did something different. It's the bad thing of cooking, and Izumi doesn't want, Soma's father to go down that path. But since, he thought of this Team Shokugeki battle, instead of, the rebels going to each stage into the final, which each, stage is going to be rigged as we've seen so far, why not just go off the boat, just, do a Team Shokugeki, rebels versus Central, all for one, let's skip this stage crap. So really the big thing that, Soma's father did was just wage, Soma's, restaurant, him and Soma's restaurant, and for him to, instead of, being a family and doing out what he is, why not just, cook for Izumi? Why not for him just to be his servant? He accepts it, and then we get the Team Shokugeki battle, which we see a little bit in this episode of kind of what it is, how the really, I guess, the tournament or, battle works out, which is each individual going up against somebody until everyone's all eliminated and the last team standing wins. The big dynamic that we get in the Shokugeki that we learn is you can help people out while doing their battle. So you could be an assistant. So if you need, say, for example, soy sauce, or if you need the cheese to be grated, your team can help you out with that for defeating the opponent, which is kind of cool. But my question is, for going more into Food Wars, is who are the other members going to be right here? Who are the other members going to be for the rebels to help them out? Because all the rebels are gone right now. We only have 4 members. Saiba and Dojimo can't help, the students out because, they've graduated. They're adults. They're not a part of Tutsuki. So who are the 2 other members going to be? Which I'm thinking Koga is going to be one, just because, he is not part of the Elite 10 spot. He wants to get that chair back. So I definitely see him as doing it. Or another one could be the other Elite 10 member that got kicked as well, which I'm pretty sure he was the 3rd or 4th seat. I think he was the 3rd seat. So that's going to be the 6 members right there. I feel like that are going to be the new Rebel Alliance. That's just for my future. I haven't read the manga or anything. So that's just kind of my predicament of those 2 that are from the Elite 10 going to be helping the rebels out. Final part that we get into today's episode, which is the Team Dojimo vs Saiba challenge, and this is already a test that the 4 have to overcome to verse the Elite 10, because if they're at their state right now, there's no way that they could beat the Elite 10. So they need training from experts and for them to be good chefs. So we get in this episode that can talk to each other while cooking. The thing that they need to overcome in this challenge is if someone else is doing an ingredient, they got to be one step ahead of them to overcome this challenge. So say, for example, if someone's grating cheese, you need to get the eggs ready and prepped and ready to go. That's kind of what we get from Megumi's side of the story, but also another challenge that secretly Saiba and Dojimo are trying to teach, Soma, Arena, Megumi, and Aladini is, a different ingredient in the dish that could be something else and that can make the food special. Even though the ingredient is something different, you could change it and overcome it and for it to make a good dish. So that was really today's episode. I fairly enjoyed it. It's a good way. It's a new dynamic again that they're doing with Food Wars. It's not them going to each stage right now. It's going to be focusing on the real battle, and it's the true battle now of the rebels versus Central. So I really praise this episode today, guys. It was a really good one. I just love it how this anime just changes out of the blue. If you're on episode 7 or episode 6, it can completely change the story of how it is, and I really love that plan of doing it. My only question of moving forward into this is, like I said when I was talking this review, of who are the 2 other members going to be, which I'm truly going to say it's the other 2 from that were part of the Elite 10 that are going to be joining the rebels. That's just me. If you could think of anybody else, comment down below. But either way, guys, so much for checking out my review here today. Comment down below, like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, before I go as well, I would say, guys, this episode truly deserves a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was a thorough, good episode, and we'll see you guys in the next review. Much love, and as always, have yourselves a wonderful day.